Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Okay, well, let me put a little asterisk next to the question that I asked. We have unlimited Olive Garden salad, pasta, and breadsticks. How's everybody doing today? I apologize to our friends at Olive Garden, but due to my addiction to your wonderful and tasty breadsticks, you will probably lose money on today's luncheon, but hopefully we'll catch you again some other time. Speaking of, we would like to thank our hosts here at the City House and for hosting us today, and our friends at Olive Garden for feeding us a delicious feast. Let's give them a round of applause. So again, I want to welcome all of you. I have had the opportunity over the last year as your chamber board chair to meet many of you. If I haven't yet, my name is Doug Cowan. I'm serving as the 2025 Chamber Board Chair. I walked in with Aaron Cook, and he looked at me and he goes, "Is your term done yet?" And sorry, Aaron, it's not. I have two more lunches. I have two. I could infer your tone. I'm just kidding. I have two more lunches left, and we'll be handing off the baton to Brett Coleman, your 2026 Chamber Board Chair. But it means a lot. Thank you for showing up today. Somebody said something like 99% of life is showing up, and oftentimes it's easy to stay at our desks and say, "Gosh, I got stuff I got to do." But you being here, hopefully it has benefit to you. But it's a reminder that your presence here is a blessing for other people. There are people that are probably glad to meet you today. They're glad to know you. You're showing up for your community today. You're showing up for independence. You're showing up for the Chamber of Commerce. So let's give everybody a round of applause for getting out of their desk today and being here. If you're brand new, if this is your first lunch, or if your company has just recently joined, in just a second we're going to recognize you. But as a reminder, the Independence Chamber of Commerce is where business lives here in Independence. And of course, we have our Chamber of Commerce functions that we've been overseeing, our connections, our business strengthening activities for more than a century. And I think, as most of you know, we now have a private-public partnership to run the economic development work in the city of Independence. So we're a chamber of more than 600 members that are committed to strengthening our community. And I got to share this exciting number with you. Our Independence Economic Development Partnership, which is our public-private partnership with the city, recently shared that their active project lists has right now a total potential investment. Not all of these will come to fruition, but a total potential investment of active projects that we are shepherding worth more than $16 billion of investment in this community. So how about that? So great things are happening on both sides of the house, the chamber side, the economic development side. So thank you for being here and showing up. So, all right, our presenting sponsor for today is an organization that is celebrating a fabulous milestone this year and is helping to bring a lot of energy to this community, shepherding new businesses, and it's the Innovation Center. And I would like to welcome Danielle Dupree, the Executive Director of the Innovation Center, to the stage. I'm impeding on her walk-up song. Let's give a round of applause to Danielle.
Well, hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for attending, and thank you, Doug, for the kind words about the Innovation Center. I wanted to start out by thanking everyone for their big business ideas at our booth or even on your table. And now we're going to have a little fun with those business ideas. So here's the reality. 8 out of 10 businesses fail within their first 5 years. So we're going to see what that looks like. I need 10 people to come up here with their business ideas, please. Don't be shy. Come on. Where's Dylan, Angie, Judy? 5. All right, can we get some applause going? Let's get some brave people up here. Come on. Who wants to come up? Ron's coming. Thank you, Ron. What are we at now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 4 more. Thank you, Jeff Fox. Okay, do you guys want to come down this way and line up side by side? Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. David, you can be. Okay. So I brought props. All right. What's your business idea, Valerie?
A mobile dog wash.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let me grab something real quick. It was a great idea, but your business failed because you didn't do any business planning, didn't create a business plan. What's your business idea, Dylan?
Travel agency.
Nice. Great idea, but you fail because you never opened up a business banking account. Angie, give me a business idea of yours.
A personal shopper in Cargo Largo.
Oh. Well, in real life, this is not really you, but you forgot to market your business and no one knew you existed. Wah, wah. All right. Celeste, give me a business idea.
A bakery.
A bakery. It was such a great idea, but you failed because you didn't get the proper permits. There you go. How about you, Ron?
An affordable, low-priced tree service.
Man, if you start that, I'm going to send you to Thomashaw neighborhood. All right. Well, you didn't use the Innovation Center, so you failed. All right, Jeff.
Smartest, funniest podcast ever.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you failed because you ignored your bookkeeper's advice. All right.
We've got the rubber ducky, but for the adults, not just for kids.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a cute idea, but unfortunately, you failed because you didn't price your products correctly. Here you go. All right.
I want a company that comes out and helps check your pool levels, like chlorine, and also puts together the mixes, specialty to whatever you have.
Great idea, but you know what? You didn't use the proper labs, and you poisoned a whole city block. Nice. So wear your sash, and here's your F. Sorry. All right. And David?
Drone manufacturing.
All right. He actually made it, all right? He barely made it, but he made it. All right. And Sarah?
I would like to open an in-home business that provides part-time employment for stay-at-home moms to employ City of Independence, residents, citizens.
Amazing. Well, you had a great idea and you got lucky, and so your business is seeded. All right, so stay right there. All right. So now let's see what happens when these same entrepreneurs use the Innovation Center to help them with their business. So Valerie, tell us your business plan again.
My mobile dog wash.
All right. Well, she came into the Innovation Center, and we helped her get a plan. And she got help from our financial business coach, Paulette. and she got funding that she needed. So she can take this off, and now you're crowned with the Innovation Center crown.
Take it off and share with us.
All right, Dylan, so you have
A travel agency.
travel agency, and you built a brand through one-on-one marketing support with help at the Innovation Center. So throw that F off and get your crown on, girl. All right, Angie.
Yes, I'm a personal shopper for others at Cargo Largo.
All right. Well, through our business coaching, you gained all the confidence and the planning that you needed. So take your pink crown, girl. Woo! Yes. All right. Celeste?
I had a bakery.
So she learned how to scale safely in our commercial kitchens at the Innovation Center. So take that F off. Put on your crown, girl. All right, Ron. You came to the Innovation Center and you joined our mini workshops and you became a great part of our community of entrepreneurs at the Innovation Center.
That was wonderful.
So take that F off and we'll give you a blue crown since you're a man.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right.
It's messing up my
Jeff?
I need a minute with this.
All right, Jeff, you had your?
Podcast celebrating like forgotten local history and stuff.
All right. Well, you networked here at the Chamber and you got some really great business mentors. So take your F off. No longer a failure. There you go. All right. Rubber ducky.
Yeah, I had the rubber ducky for adults.
So you expanded your business and hired your first team with help from us and some of the other entrepreneurial support organizations in Kansas City that we introduced you to. So there you go. Wear your crown. Now, Mara, you had a great idea about pool safety and keeping those waters clean, and you came in and used our biosafety labs safely this time, and she passed every inspection. Take that F off. There you go. Yep. We're also giving you an innovation award, right? So there you go. All right, Dave. Now, Dave is our newest staff member at the Innovation Center, and he actually does own a small business that is doing well. I'm going to let him tell you about it.
I'm a grower. I do grow a lot of crops. Last year was about 26 different crops in my backyard. Sold a number of those, and so technically I have a market garden in my backyard.
Take your trophy. And last but not least, Sarah Smith here. Not only did she actually start her business at the Innovation Center with how many employees?
Me,
And what did you have?
a cubicle.
All right. And then last November, how many employees did you graduate the Innovation Center with last November?
140-ish. I also survived a pandemic with the Innovation Center's help. Yay!
So girl, get your crown. Well, thank you guys for, and you guys can all sit down. Thank you guys. And you can keep your crowns. You can keep your dunce hats too if you want. But thank you guys so much for doing that. So yes, I'm gonna bring it on home. 8 out of 10 businesses fail when they go it alone. But statistically, if a startup uses a nonprofit business incubator, such as the Innovation Center, that 80% failure rate drops to 13% failure rate. All right? So, at the Innovation Center, we don't just help businesses start, we also help them survive and thrive. Next week, we are celebrating 15 wonderful years of doing just that So please, this is your personal invitation to join us at the Innovation Center's 15th anniversary celebration. It's at the Innovation Center next Thursday. It's an open house event from 4 to 8. This is a client-planned event, okay? The clients have been working really hard on this. The event will feature a food truck park with a fire pit and some hay bales to sit on, weather pending. A premiere of our 15th anniversary Innovation Center film highlighting stories of innovation and impact here in our community. The official launch of our brand new Innovation Center website. A keynote from Stephen McBee Jr. of McBee Coffee, McBee Farm Cattle Co., and McBee Dynasty, sharing his journey as an entrepreneur. And a special proclamation from Mayor Rowland, Representative Crossley, and Senator Nicola, honoring this milestone moment. Our clients will also be doing beverage and food tastings, and there will be a market. So if anyone also wants to buy anything from our entrepreneurs, it'd be very appreciated. Upstairs, we're gonna have touch and tech zones, and you guys can see some of the innovation going on at the Innovation Center. And you can register for free right now by using that QR code right there. It's also on your table. Please take a moment to RSVP. It helps our wonderful clients. They're doing the food samplings for free. And for a startup, that can be quite costly. And so when you guys RSVP, that helps us to help them plan better for the event. And we also don't want to experience any waste. We can have up to 300 guests, and it is the Independence Chamber's after hours next Thursday at 4 o'clock at the Innovation Center. And you'll be surrounded by people in this room, other business leaders, community leaders, and our entrepreneurs. We're all going to be coming together to celebrate what makes independence so innovative. So 8 out of 10 businesses fail on their own, but at the Innovation Center, we flip those odds. We'd love for you to come and see how. And then I'm just going to take one last minute. I'm going to introduce Jennifer real quick. Jennifer Hurst is our development director, and she's going to take it home for us real quick.
Yeah, thank you. So as you can see, the Innovation Center does some amazing things and is super supportive to entrepreneurs in our community. And it really is an amazing ROI on our community as far as economic development goes. And so we have the opportunity to ask you to join us by creating some sponsorship opportunities that would sponsor the Innovation Center, help our clients through those tough times. As you can imagine, these people have really wonderful ideas, great ideas, but it can be really difficult in the beginning. Most of us own a business or at least have been in business operations, and we know that even with the best made plans, that things happen. And so those sponsorship goes to keep the businesses open, keep their support, and upgrade the equipment that we have to offer our clients as well. So you guys are the key to making our business not only survive, but thrive. So thank you guys so much for your partnership, and we would love to have you as our official sponsors. Thank you.
And I'm going to leave this posted up down over here. If you still want to add your business ideas, please do. But most importantly, if you just want to talk about it, sign up for a consultation through our website. We do an hour consultation. We can talk about anything, but we can kind of vet those business ideas. But if it's something that's been really stirring in your brain and your heart for a long time, it's not going to hurt you to come talk to me, right? So come see me, all right? Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, the Innovation Center. Let's give them another big round of applause on 15 successful years. And we have 8 new businesses here. So, Angie, I'm looking for a new puffy vest from Cargo Largo. She's going there after this. Put your requests. Okay, there we go. All right, on with the show. Ambassadors, it's your time. We want to introduce folks that are new to the chamber or attending your first lunch. If our ambassadors will please stand. Paula will make her way around the room, and ambassadors will let you introduce us to our new chamber friends.
Hello, I'm Sansi with Central Bank of the Midwest, and we have Jessica Boyer, Customer Experience Manager at First Federal, and Brian Gash, IT over at Mid-Continent Library.
Hi, I'm Celeste Maddox from Stewardship Capital, and today with me I have Greg McHenry. He is the founder of Enterprise Resource Planning Solutions, and they do planning solutions they do design and development for businesses.
Excuse me. I'd like to welcome Martha Becker. She is with Harbor House, and this is her first luncheon today. From hospice, I don't know.
Good afternoon. My name's Tina with First Moving, and I was her ambassador, so I met her. Her name's Janae Brown. She's at the Friends of the Frontiers, and you guys need to go over there. They've moved their area, but you need to see it. It's down on the square. Thanks.
All right, I'm Angie Judy with ERA McLean Brothers Real Estate, and I have two at my table today. This one's an easy for me, being Angie Judy. We have Kyle Dane. So, you know, he's got the two first names going on with me too, but he's from Blue Rain Roofing, and they just did a bid at our chamber office, so that's great, brand new. And we also have Mia Hall, and Mia has also joined our ambassadors. So she jumped right in, and we didn't make her stand up and do one of these yet. We wanted to introduce her before she got to do it that way. So thank you for being here.
All right, well, thanks to all of you for joining us today. Thank you, ambassadors. We also at this time want to recognize our elected officials that are in the room. So I want to first start by recognizing Independence Mayor Roy Rowland, Sugar Creek Mayor Mike Larson, Independent City Councilperson Jared Fears, Independent School Board Member Jill Esri, Fort Osage School Board Member Coach Floyd Hawkins. Hey, Coach. And Blue Springs School Board Member Kay Cohen. Did I miss anybody? All right. Well, welcome and thanks to all of our elected officials for being here today. Speaking of elected officials, Mayor Rowland, if you'll make your way up here, you know, every day is a day. There's like a day. Maybe there's like 10 things a day, and you get to pick and choose. You know, it could be Cheeseburger Day. It could be Olive Garden Day. Well, it just so happens that on our Chamber Lunch Day today is National Support Your Chamber of Commerce Day. Let's give that a round of applause. Until I got my script 25 minutes ago, I had no idea this was such a thing, and here it is. It's happening. It's in front of us. Mayor, I think you have something.
I do. Thank you, Doug. And Doug, let's hear it for Doug. Does Doug always do a great job? He is fired up, charged up, ready to go. You're the man. You are the MC. Let's go. And the chair. Okay, go. Very good. All right, we'll get on with it. I'm here with Valerie Byrne, the president of the Chamber, and it is truly my honor and pleasure to recognize the Chamber for the fantastic work that you do. I've been a proud member for quite a while. For my own personal business, I've been self-unemployed for 30 years prior to being involved in politics. I used to listen to Brian Tracy a lot, and he had a program called The Psychology of Achievement, and he talked about businesses that failed. And those businesses succeeded did in fact have mentors, but also they found out people that succeeded have 5 years of experience in that business with someone else. So they learned those unique ideas, those shortcuts, because in restaurants, the way to lose money is the food that goes out the back door that you don't get to charge for. That's where you lose money. Anyway, I love businesses. I love being self-unemployed, and we're just going to go back to that in April. But with that being said, the Chamber of Commerce strives to address the community's top challenges and the greatest opportunities through bold leadership and innovative problem solving. And the Chamber of Commerce fosters strong and vibrant communities by advocating for priorities and promoting economic prosperity. And they also enhance the quality of our life, and they create opportunities and meaningful employment for all. And I love what the Innovation Center does, and I know how you help them, and so that is very, very important. The Chamber of Commerce also is a catalyst for our community, serving as a trusted resource for business, residents, and other stakeholders. And so this is today, October 15th, 2025, is Support Your Local Chamber of Commerce Day. So it is truly my honor to give this proclamation to Valerie as president of the Chamber on behalf of my colleagues on the City Council and from the City of Independence. So Valerie, congratulations. Thank you.
I just think the partnership with the city, what an amazing city leadership team that we have, and it's our honor as a chamber to come alongside you to build a better Independence.
Thank you. Oh. All right, how about another big round of applause? Mayor, do you know off the top of your head when National Self-Unemployed Day is? Anybody? Can we look that up? Okay. We'll get that at the end of lunch today. So, yes, we should celebrate our chamber, all the chambers around us that are working to build economic opportunity and prosperity. And here in Independence, that's what your chamber is doing. That's what your investment as a member of our chamber and an investor in our Independence Economic Development Partnership. So thanks to all of you for making the commitment to be part of the chamber here in Independence. So let's get on with our program today. My pleasure to welcome up to the stage at this time. Hold your applause because I'm going to introduce him, but I'm going to ask Dave Evans, started to make his way up here to the stage. Dave is a cybersecurity expert. It's not listed on here, Dave, but Dave, you were retired as the Chief Technology Officer for the City of Kansas City? Close enough. It wasn't even listed. I went off of memory. I went off my LinkedIn profile. It's in my head. Chief Technology Officer, close enough with the City of Kansas City. He's going to share some simple, actionable tips to protect your business and your personal life in the digital age. This is really incredible because I think Dave's only 40 years old, but he brings more than 40 years of experience and has served on influential boards in this sector. He shared his insights on National Public Radio, which I'm a public radio nerd, so that is very cool. And he's authored the book CyberSafe, and he's an incredible chamber volunteer and has showed up in so many impactful and meaningful ways for the City of Independence and the Chamber of Commerce. So, hey, let's give a big round of applause and welcome to Dave Evans.
Thank you. Wow, where do these people get this energy? Go ahead and key the video. I was supposed to come up with a video, but I wanted you all to see this. I think they get the idea. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. I wish I had the key here. But I hope you all understand how fast that can happen to your organization or individually and to any one of you. As they said, I'm David Evans, the retired or former Chief Information Officer, Chief Technology Officer for the City of Kansas City, Missouri. I was on many boards. Some of them being related to technology was the Public Technology Institute, the local Cybersecurity Task Force for the Mid-America Regional Council. And I did receive almost daily correspondence from the White House, and I have worked with White House administration, including the Vice President and President, but for helping protect our communities, the country, and businesses as well, because a lot of people don't realize what we went through during COVID could be much, much worse if we were attacked abroad throughout all of our utility companies. If you woke up one morning, you didn't have any water, you didn't have any heat, you didn't have any food, it would get extremely bad. If you wasn't working, you couldn't access your money, it could get crazy. You want to go ahead and key the next slide, please? Uh-oh, I can't read that. But what I want to touch on is the new workplace perimeter. A lot of people don't understand that. But technology in our daily work life, the hidden impact of technology, how our digital lives generate mountains of data, and then securing your technology assets, protecting your business, your personal life, and how each one affects the other. Those are closely tied now. Next slide, please. So a lot of people think a desktop is pretty much all they use, or their cell phone. They don't use a lot of other technology. You want to go ahead and go to the next slide, please? So in personal and business, your identity is as important as all of the infrastructure that you're thinking about. Your PC at home, your Wi-Fi, your intellectual property, and your financials. That's what cybersecurity people are after. Next slide, please. So a lot of people don't realize when you're talking about digital technology, it's anything almost that ties to audio or audio streaming, video or data. All three of those, and almost any device that you touch today has some type of technology, data within it that usually holds your accounts, your personal information, your financial information, something that could really be dangerous if somebody got a hold of it. Next slide, please. So if you look at these things, just going through your day in the morning, a lot of people have a thermostat like this today that ties to the internet, has a login account. People see the water and the meter up there, your utilities. A lot of those today, they're collecting your meter reading. At least you have an account so you can log in and pay your bill. When you think about it, all these things that you're using today, your TVs at home, if you stop and get a coffee on the way to work, if you have to make a 911 call, that's information technology. It's handed off to public safety, maybe an ambulance, maybe you have to go to the hospital. That information is all tied to you and being collected. Next slide, please. So a lot of people don't realize this, but there are over 15 billion devices connected worldwide today, and that is expected to double. The number of the technology that is instrumental in our daily lives, it's a crossover between business and personal, like I said, and communities have become very dependent, especially public transit, like I said, public safety. All of those are very tied to our business and our personal lives. Next slide, please. Is this what your office looks like today? Let's hope not. But a lot of those technologies that were in your office back then have grown, new ones have been added to it, and they look like this today. And back up, please, right there. So a lot of them are on that single little device you carry with you. A lot of the applications that you connect to, a lot of the data that you store in those cloud storage systems, all of that information grows like crazy, and it is the information that you need to protect. Each one of us need to play a part in protecting this. Next slide. So as you can see, AI is expected to have a significant impact on businesses in the future, increasing efficiency, profitability, and customer satisfaction. I think a lot of you are seeing, especially in recent months, how much AI has impacted daily lives and business life. People are finding new ways to use it every day. Next slide. We need to learn to accept change. I mean, if we didn't, look what we'd still have today. We couldn't grow, take care of the communities and the people that are expanding on this earth without advancements. Next slide. So every text, everything that you do on the internet has to cross a network, it has to go through network systems, processed on systems, and it usually has to be stored someplace. That has to all be protected. The average King James Bible has over 3.1 billion characters of text. Think about that. That's 18 billion bits of data, which are the zeros and ones that you've probably heard about in the past. A high-quality audio stream generates as much as 18 billion bits of data. The 4K stream, 19,200 Bibles that are crossing a network every hour. And think about this, if you're watching a video at work, video conference call, something that takes high rate video, a lot of people don't realize that, but data on an application takes very little data. When you're on a video call or an audio call, listening to radio or a radio set, they take a lot more data, but video takes an enormous amount of data. So if you had 50 people in your business or in your company watching a conference call, look at the amount of data that can take. It's outrageous. Next slide, please. So the way that this is transmitted, a lot of you know about the cellular systems that are out there today, and a lot of you know about fiber, which is where the majority of data is actually transmitted today. And some of you probably know about the satellite systems like Starlink. Many of you may have seen Starlink's rocket that went up yesterday. When I first started working with them, they were creating, I think it was 17 satellites every 2 weeks. They would go up on a rocket every 2 weeks. They sent up a batch yesterday. So you would usually see a string of lights across the sky. Next slide. This is what the fiber map looks like in the world. A lot of people don't realize that. All the continents, most of the countries are connected via fiber. Next slide. This is what it looks like, the transcontinental fiber. Next slide, please. Have any of you seen this in the sky at night? That's Starlink. Next slide. That's what it looks like today. That's the amount of satellites they have out there that are transmitting this data. Next slide. We are a very connected world. Next slide, please. God, I wish I had a clicker. In cybersecurity, achieving absolute security is impractical. It really is. Getting perfect security is almost impossible. At some point, you're going to get hacked. It's just a matter of when. Our goal isn't perfection, it's reducing risk and being ready to recover. That is key. This is extremely achievable with just a little bit of knowledge and effort. So as each one of us need to train ourselves a little bit better, just be a little bit safer. Who would want to attack us? These two guys in the bottom right, they made $1 billion in a very short period of time with that SAM virus you heard about 10 years ago. And a lot of people don't realize individuals in your company, and that attack that happened a while ago is because of one person clicking on something that has a lot of access or access to others, and then it spreads to them, and then it spreads from them to the people they have access to, the systems they have access to. Pretty soon it takes over an enormous amount of things. Next slide, please. So individuals are the gateways to valuable business and personal information and assets. They're the gateway to financial gains. That's a lot of what these people are after. They usually have the weak security. They usually have remote work systems that are vulnerable because they don't have antivirus on them or something. They have low detection rates. A lot of times they don't even know when they're attacked. They also are a big cause to service disruption. So when I talked about the while ago, your water and stuff not being accessible, that's why, because of something like that. And they also are used as a human proxy. So if you're a cyber criminal in another country, why do you want somebody looking at you and breathing down your neck if you can use somebody within that local area, take over their PC, and then it looks like them doing all the damage? Next slide. Today's threat landscape, social engineering, most of you may have heard of that. Do you know what that's about? Somebody gives you a call, acts like they're somebody they're really not. Phishing, you get an email with a link on it. Hey, you won the lottery or something like that. Please click on this link. That loads code on your system that actually starts doing all that damage. And the thing is, you may not know it happened. It may be running in the background, or they just are planning it on thousands of systems. And then we end up at war with some country and they trigger it, and that's when everything happens. Ransomware, most of you have heard of ransomware attacks. Phishing, How many of you received a phone call and nobody's on the other end? Nobody answers. Sometimes they're recording your voice, just saying hello or trying to talk to them. They can take that, use AI, and build a conversation with your voice, like you see on social media today, where it sounds like it's a celebrity and it's really not. They can do that with you. Smishing, which is texting. You probably received text where somebody's trying to hack your phone and get you to click on something. Identity and credit card theft, really big one today. And then a tracking pixel. Most of you may not have heard of this, but every video screen or your TV screen is made up of millions of little light pixels. Those are data. But what they can do is plant one pixel that actually has code in it. And when you're looking at that picture, it's actually collecting information off of your system and sending it back to somebody. So a lot of times, I know you've all seen this, you're thinking, man, we was talking about that 30 minutes ago and now I'm seeing it on my phone. Well, you probably clicked on something and they were collecting the data knowing you wanted to see it. So now they can sell it to you or whatever. So how many of you know these guys? They set up a tequila company, established one last year. As the kickoff, they were sending 40,000 bottles of tequila from their manufacturing plant in Mexico to their warehouse in Pennsylvania. And they don't have their own trucking company, so they bid that trucking out. Two people in, I think it was Armenia, set up a fictitious trucking company in the United States, bid on the trucking, subbed it out to a couple guys that unknowingly picked that tequila up in Mexico and was sending it to Los Angeles to a warehouse. They had 40,000 bottles of tequila stolen. Next slide. This is a call I just received last week.
This is Agent Stephen James' office. We are reaching out regarding a listing that may be associated with your name and address. We have a file that requires a quick follow-up.
In a manner of time, you want to go to the next slide? I know they're in a little time pinch here.
It will only take a minute of your time.
So that was a call I received last week. Did you notice he said he was agent? He wants you to think he's a public safety agent or somebody of importance, and you need to take action now by calling this phone number. Don't call that phone number. This is what, I thought you'd be interested in seeing this. This is what strong passwords look like versus weak passwords. A lot of people like to use a short little password or let me in one. Use something, change me. You don't know how many times I've seen that. Use something with at least 8 characters. CISA, that works for the FBI, they recommend you use like 12 to 15 characters, all kinds of crazy combinations. That's great if you can remember it, and I'll touch on that in a minute. But use at least 8 upper lowercase numbers, special characters. You can see how long it would take for today's systems to hack something like that. It helps you, protects you a lot better. Next slide. This is an example of a stronger password. It doesn't have to be that crazy. Red cats, change a couple characters, make it memorable, tie it to a story, make them random looking to anybody else. The bottom left corner, you see a really strong password. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of password I use, or a really long phrase with like 5 or 10 names. You don't have to remember it. You don't have to remember how to spell it. Use a password manager. Next screen, please. So there's 3 factors to security. Something you know, passwords, security questions, something you have, your phone, email, and I know most of you have probably done this today, and then a fingerprint, facial recognition. So most of you, hopefully all of you, when you pull your phone out to get into it, you're using a thumbprint, facial recognition, something like that. That's multi-factor authentication. That, with a strong password, can drastically increase your odds at not getting hacked. Next screen. So the top 10 cybersecurity basics, and this is directly from like CISA that I was talking about, the Cybersecurity Alliance with the FBI. So be skeptical of unexpected calls. If you're not expecting a call from that company, and if Blue Ridge Bank calls you, which they like doing that, using a company local or somebody you'll recognize, don't talk to them directly there. Hang up and call the Blue Ridge Bank. If they know what's going on, which they'll have it in their records, they'll know what to talk to you about. Don't trust anybody calling about stuff like that. Use strong, unique passwords. We went through that. Multi-factor authentication. Keep devices updated. Turn your updating on your devices. Your Wi-Fi devices at home, your TVs at home. All of those have a place where you can check automatic updates. And it also updates the security each time there's a new virus that comes out or a new attack. They will write something against that. So when you update the system, now it applies it and helps defend you against that. If you're running a TV that hasn't done it in 5 years, you're vulnerable to everything that's been created in the last 5 years. Browse safely. Don't click on things that you shouldn't be clicking on. Dance in Santa Clauses, those types of things. Back up your data and have a good plan to be able to recover from your backups, especially as businesses. Use VPN, virtual private networking. Hopefully you know what that is, especially if you're on an airport network or a Wi-Fi network at a coffee shop. Because if you're not using a VPN, all that information you're transferring across there, your username, password, business information, credit cards, it's all in plain text. Somebody sitting in that coffee shop, if they knew what they were doing, they could capture all of that. Training, do some type of training. I can't emphasize that enough. The more people know, the more you can protect yourself and the businesses. And a good place to go is something like Know Before. That's one of the best that I've seen. They have a great training program. And then protect and monitor your identity and accounts. This is something I would highly recommend. There are companies like Aura today, A-U-R-A. You can put that antivirus. Now, they don't have the best antivirus protection software, but something they do have is they monitor your logins and accounts across the internet. If they've been compromised and stolen, they'll know about it. A lot of times they can clean it up. They will notify you about it. If your mortgage has been stolen, your car titles have been stolen, it's amazing what they monitor for you. A lot of this stuff that I went through, if not everything in that top 10 list, they help you with. And the reason I mention them specifically is because they are more user-friendly than the rest of them that I've seen. Next screen. So, have I been pawned? If you want to know if your data's been stolen, Google this. Have I been pawned? There's a website you can go to, and they will tell you if you've been hacked. If your information, your logins or email has been stolen out there on the internet, or as free dark web scan can do it as well as malware bites. Something else is you are allowed to get an annual credit report free. I don't know if you know that. Go to their website, get a copy of that annually, and make sure somebody hasn't opened up credit cards in your name or a mortgage in your name. You can also, if you've been hacked, you can go to identitytheft.gov, which is with the FTC, and then Identity Theft Resource Center. Something else is if you're a business, please don't do this if you're an individual. If you're a business and somebody has asked you they faxed you or something and pulled off a social engineering attempt, and you've transferred money somehow and you found out it was a hack, call the FBI. And if it's within 72 hours, no guarantees, but a lot of times I've seen them recover those funds. And then if you want to see something interesting, there is a podcast that I watch by Sean Ryan. It's a YouTube podcast. And if you just Google Hacker Shows Navy SEAL how easy it is to obtain people's information, he goes through a lot of hacking scenarios and shows you how easy it is and how fast it is, right there on the show. Next screen, please. Now, if you didn't capture all that, you didn't take great notes, my publisher has mentioned that you can get those notes in a book over there, or you can go to Amazon or my publisher by scanning those QR codes. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit. Some of it was fun for you. I'd like to thank Danielle and the Innovation Center for sponsoring this. in their 15 years of success. And hope you all had a good lunch. Thank you.
Excellent. Hey, let's give another big round of applause to Dave. All right, yes, great tips, great pointers. That's my walk-up music. Thank you for a very informative program. These are things that none of us like to think about, but they're so critical to the success of our own business. And I know that's one of those things, like we never want to like raise our hands, but I'll be the first to tell you that unfortunately, even at your local friendly community services league, we've been the victim of a cyber attack. It's put money out the door for us. I know many of you have been in similar compromised situations, so thank you, Dave, for bringing a very relevant and important topic for us today. So it's not just for holding your food, but you really have this very informative placemat in front of you. And so I'm going to give you a couple of dates, but they're on here if you need to write them down or take a picture. But be careful so it doesn't get stolen out of your phone. All right, so upcoming events at the Chamber of Commerce. This Friday is our legislative briefing. I hope you will join us for that. Business after hours next week. Well, we already talked about that with the Innovation Center, so get your tickets and be there. The 77th Annual Halloween Parade is coming up the Saturday the 25th on the historic Independence Square. We hope you will be there. And this is not listed. This is kind of hot off the presses. Hope you will be on the lookout for more information, but you can pencil in joining us later that day at 4 o'clock. We're going to meet, I think, in front of the Faro Cinema. Valerie, I think that's right. I think we're going to meet in front of the Faro. We are going to be doing a joint ribbon cutting with many of the parties involved with the very successful Square Streetscape. So there's going to be formally ribbon cutting on that. I believe Congressman Cleaver, who originally was able to get the funds allocated to Independence, is going to join us to celebrate that big investment in our historic Independence Square. So please join us there. And then on the 28th, we've got a couple of events, Small Business Breakfast Club, and then my favorite event, ribbon cuttings for the Chamber. So join us at Thomas Automotive on the 28th. And I won't read them, but also listed on your placemat are the November events, so we'll hope you will get those loaded in on your calendar. And I think that is it. And I think we're going to get you out of here at 1 o'clock today. I could see from my table, there's still a flame going underneath the breadsticks. So you might, if Ron Finke hasn't taken them all, you might be able to grab a breadstick on the way out. Thank you to everybody who made this possible. Our hosts, City House, Olive Garden, the Chamber staff, Chamber Board, thank you for being here. And I do want to point out two people real quick. Paula McKinney, if you'll raise your hand, where is Paula? Paula, our Director of Membership. If you have any questions about, well, yes, let's clap for her. But if you have questions about your membership, how to maximize your membership, or if you want to maybe think about enhancing your membership with the Chamber to be more active, talk to her. And Jarvis Sackman is our Director of Business Retention. If you're interested in the Independence Economic Development Partnership, things that we're doing there that are very exciting, go see Jarvis. So we want to make sure that all of you have the knowledge and information to be as involved in the Chamber as you can. So with that, thank you for being here. Happy National Chamber of Commerce Day. I think that's what it's called. National Support Your Chamber of Commerce Day. Have a great day. We'll see you next month.
There are to-go boxes. If anyone wants a little Olive Garden to go, you are more than welcome. Thank you again for coming today.